Hello, friends and fam. Welcome. Fairy Frankie Sauce today is what we're doing. And Writer Reacts. Hello. How you doing?
Hello, what's going on?
So many things all the time, every day in the quantum multiverse. It is so chaotic down there.
Too much to keep up with. I know.
It's too much to keep up with.
Yeah.
Atoms and electrons flying around at insane speeds. I mean, you got to just be watching both sides of the road all day.
I can't keep up. It's like this is what gave me ADHD.
That's why we are ADHD. It's ADHB. That's our new podcast. It's ADHB. We're ADH beings, not ADH
Okay.
doings. So we've switched it around. But that's what it is. You've got so much that you're able to we're just tuned in, y'all. That's what it is.
Yep.
If you're a neurospicy, you're just super tuned in to the whole cosmos. And you're just noticing all them electrons and atoms and all the things bouncing around. And it is kind of chaotic.
And we're here to talk about it.
And we're here to talk about it. And dragons and whatever else comes up into our mind sauce. And I'm just going to make sure I've got some little windows that I can pull up silliness because we got to learn more about you today.
Okay. All right. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Okay. You don't know. Do you know what your sign is to start with?
Okay. So how do you do that? Is it your birth date?
It's your birth. So it's month and day, it determines your sign. So the year doesn't matter for that. The year is if you want to get really into the weeds, but we can.
Okay.
We totally can.
All right. So it's February 26. Can I just type in Zodiac? February.
Yeah. I'm thinking Pisces. Are you Pisces? Yeah, you're Pisces.
Pisces. Yeah. Okay. I knew that. I don't know enough to even know what signs the Zodiac and what signs okay. Do we
need like a Zodiac 101 course for you? All right.
Maybe. All right. So I know enough about Pisces to know that I'm supposed to like water. And I'm
supposed to like water.
That's what they told me. So
I like water too, and I'm a fire sign, but rock and roll.
Like you can't keep me out of the water, whether it's like kayaking, canoeing, paddleboarding, swimming, all that 100%. Stuff. That's literally the page I just pulled up.
Yeah, right here.
Yep, for Pisces, February more. Okay, yep. Two fish swimming in opposite directions. Conflict between fantasy and reality. Oh, good.
Good. Look at there. Does that speak to you a little bit? The fantasy and reality thing?
Yeah. I mean, that's the entire MO of being an artist, is trying to balance the life of reality and fantasy.
What is this?
I'm gonna be a star.
I love it. Okay, but I want to do Pisces.
I also love that the second thing in your search was Aladdin jokes.
Yeah, it was because I had that something came up in my brain and I was like, yep. Okay, Pisces.
Yeah.
We want personality.
Does that matter?
Personality. No, we want personality traits for now.
Okay.
There's the Chinese zodiac. You can do the Chinese zodiac for your I'm year of the tiger. You can do what the years are. It's okay.
Now, one thing that'll really impress me with this is the one I'm always skeptical about some of these, reading your horoscopes in the newspaper and everything, because they're so vague that they can kind of apply to anybody. So if this points out something very personal, then I'll happily sign on to this.
Assign to it. It's kind of a back and forth sort of thing. It's a little bit that there are some things for me, Sagittarius fire sign stuff. It's there's a lot of general stuff with that I vibe with. There's a lot of detailed stuff about it I vibe with. Some of it is that you kind of learn about your sign and you're like, oh, that's cool. And I like that. Yeah, I'll take that on because I dig it. I don't know if it was I already was, but I like that.
Now, I will say one thing that I already conflict with is, all right, so the bullet point that says gentle, I'm fine with. Pisces have a gentle nature and are non-judgmental. I am very judgmental. That's why I'm a director.
They are also known for their great communication skills.
So communication is
fine. No. Here, hold on. Pause. Let's have this conversation.
Let's do it.
Okay. You say judgmental. I don't know if, but not there's different, and there's a yin and yang to judgmental, right? When you're thinking judgmental, you are thinking critique in the sense of an artist.
Exactly. Constructive criticism. Everything that I say is hopefully to promote the evolution of that person in some manner or form. It's never to punch down.
Right.
never the way that I was taught. It was always to say, "Hey, this is a goal that you have. This is a New Year's resolution or whatever you have. You want to, give this performance. Okay, here's X, Y, and Z that you have to do, and it's not going to happen if you don't do it. So let's work to get that done."
See,
It's
but that's, the again, it's like, so I think where they're at with the gentle and the non-judgmental, I think it really is non-judgmental in the sense of like you don't judge others or see them
I
as beneath you. Like you, because
here,
you do,
yeah,
you wanna uplift them, and like I'm giving you feedback. I'm not judging you, I'm giving you
hmm
feedback
yeah.
because I'm trying to help you to elicit what you want to elicit.
Right. Well, here it seems like they're using judgmental as like the antithesis to gentle. So I'm like, in that sense, sure, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, like I'm like gentle, constructive criticism, unless you really do something that like grinds my gears.
Yeah.
I'm good.
See, they're correct. Well, let's try. Let's try.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. What could we look up that would be that would say or not say whether or not there's some truth to it. Let's do it. We could do like a Pisces horoscope reading
Specific.
for today.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That works. Because I only have a few things that I did today. So let's. Oh, horrors. No specific traits.
This one comes from Vogue India, which is the first thing that came up for me.
That's
So
usually where I
that's
go.
there you go. Right by the
Woodstock.
Woodstock Witch. Okay, thank you to the Woodstock Witch. Right.
All right.
So this is Scorpio. What? No, I said what Pisces. Excuse me. I want do it. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Okay.
We're gonna go through. Okay, well, we'll just find out for both of us then. Well, who's first, Sagittarius or Pisces? Where are we at?
What month is Sagittarius, or what time?
December. So like end of November to like end of December, and I'm December 6th, so I'm kind of like
Okay.
smack in the middle of it.
Oh,
And
I
then
got you.
after me is Capricorn, and then
Mhm.
Aquarius, and then Pisces. So it's the age of Aquarius we're coming into, and then the next one will be Pisces, and then won't that be exciting for you? How
Yeah.
like you'll have to live a number of lifetimes. Here we go.
Oh, there you go.
This is for me. Ooh, there we go. What do I got? Hey there, me and my Sagittarius is the archer, the centaur, the
Cool.
half human, half horse. So
Okay.
we've got that archery vibe going on.
Mhm.
This chapter of your life is about finding your dharma or your sacred purpose that makes you feel alive. Oh, I love to
Mm.
feel alive. Let's do that. Honor the urge to pursue something that truly lights you up, whether it's a new project, a creative venture, or a bold career move. Trust that your inner GPS is always, as it is always leading you in the right direction of growth. Speaking of passion, there's a certain someone in your soul circle who's feeling the feels for you and isn't afraid to let you know. Take a moment to
Wow.
observe what your inner landscape is revealing to you about the given dynamic. If you're on the same page about the future of this connection, it's time to get set, go. Look at that. So there we go. Well, I am
So,
ready for bold moves and all the things and all the doings. And we know that I get excited about so much stuff all day, every day. So
mhm.
follow that GPS.
It's like
Capricorn.
it sounds like it's telling you to like connect with that one person today.
With that one person today in my soul circle, well, that one person's going to have to tell me. How do I know who it is?
Yeah. You gotta let me know.
You got to let me
I'm
know.
loving
Hey,
these visuals too.
You're way at the back. Look at how I know I do really
Yeah.
like the patterns. And so here you are with your fish.
Okay.
You got it
Oh, I
rocking.
didn't notice that. I was
You got
noticing
to.
the I was looking at the earrings and the Bratz
Oh,
doll kind of vibe.
the what?
The Bratz doll kind of vibe.
Brats. Oh, those are cool. No, I like those.
But
Or
also I love like Middle Eastern pattern work.
oh, I know.
Yeah,
These are really. Oh, look at how pretty that is with
that's
the purple.
awesome.
Ooh, I love
Like
it.
I wanted so much more finite design on like my sleeve here, but like the tattoo artist who did it, who trained in Japan and Hawaii, actually told me, he's like, "Hey, I can go like a little bit more finite if you want. However, with the older you get, it's going to turn into a black mess."
Yeah, it's gonna
And so
all kind
like,
of bleed together.
yeah, so
It
like I'm
doesn't
looking at
stay.
stuff like that and I'm like, yeah, that might not look pretty good in like 40 years.
But guess what? You can just tattoo over it in 40 years and do it again.
Pretty much, yeah, that'll work. My
I love
skin
it.
will never change.
That's
So,
calling
No,
in from the universe that's what'll happen.
that's the fantasy part of my Pisces.
That's okay. You lean into those fantasies, Pisces.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Pisces. Yes, you're looking for friends with benefits, Pisces. Friends who want to wake up at the crack of dawn with you, explore the fairy forests, pick berries at noon, and sing magical songs by the lake. Oh, that sounds so fun already. Is this doing anything for you?
Well, all right. Let me preface this by saying that this is pretty spot on for last week. So last week I was up in the Adirondacks in New York, and I was with my girlfriend's daughter, and so like, all right, found the FWB. That's already good. Check that. We're good with that. The want to wake up at the crack of dawn. That's so funny because every morning I would jog up some of the mountains around there, and she was just not having it. And so, because like you start at pitch black, and the idea is to get to the summit of the mountain before sunrise and take all these nice pictures.
Yeah.
Fairy forest, berries, not so much. I bought mine at the grocery store. Sing mystical songs. I sing all the time. We were by a lake, so that's kind of cool.
See, look at that. Okay.
Maybe I'm just ahead of the curve here because I already found the person to do 50% of that.
There you go. Well, what's the rest of it here? We'll find out. Friends who bring out the best in you and support you in the beautiful journey of ascension and evolution.
Okay.
No, you're not looking for casual. You're looking for deep. You're looking for soulful. You're looking for magical. And if a romantic partner is what you're seeking, look no further than your soul circle. Well, I guess that's kind of a running theme then, it seems like. It's all about connecting with your rainbow tribe this week.
Okay, 2 questions. Soul circle and rainbow tribe. What am I?
Oh boy, do we have some things to go over with you. I tell you. This is where girl ADHD and boy ADHD need to have some kind of a summit. Do you understand what I'm saying? We need some all the girl ADHD with the witchery and the zodiac stuff and all of the magical creatures and the fairylands. We need to have a week-long conference where we teach y'all about all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So that you have a better understanding. And then we need to have the boy ADHD components. Y'all got to get together with video game, sport ball, politics land, geopolitical, whatever stuff. And y'all got to present. Hey, listen, but y'all are better at it than we are. We're not even going to try to pretend we can hold that down. I mean, listen, the ladies out there who can go for it, but I'm not I can't hold down all those statistics and files.
Some don't, why even bother? It's not fun. It's not fun. All right, I'm still listening. I'm just trying to find this picture. It said Rainbow Tribe, and it made me think of, I found there was this rainbow right outside our camp that just plopped right in front. It was the first rainbow I ever saw where the bottom was right in front of us, where I could see the very bottom of it.
Shut up.
I'm like, that's kind of cool. Let me see. Is that it?
Can you pull that up on
Well, I sent it to you. I'm sending it to you on show selected. 3 selected. What 3? What 3 did I select? Done. Oh, okay. Send. Sent it to you on LinkedIn. I don't know if you can pull it up. Because I don't know if you're going to see it if I just shove my camera or my phone at the camera.
No. Shut up. Oh my God. Hold on. I got to come back. Where'd you go? Here we go. Let me share this. Here we go.
Yeah. Does every rainbow come with a double rainbow?
No. What? Double rainbow is excitimus. That double rainbow is a wonderful beautimous thing.
Yeah.
That is very exciting. I mean, there's
a whole video. They're upside down, right?
Guess what? Yeah. There's a video on YouTube I have to look up and show you now also, because
is it the kid who sees a double rainbow?
It's the double rainbow guy. It's a dude who sees a double rainbow and loses his mind.
Yeah. Yep. There it is.
Beautimous. I love that. Nice. Look at that. Okay. This whosoever lives over here in this houseness where this rainbow has landed, that's where your pot of gold is.
It was you just saw the next day, just hear reports of dozens of break-ins into the same house.
Two people are like, where is that house in the Adirondacks? Somebody just got a leprechaun in their house with a big old pot of gold. Find that house.
82 carats were stolen yesterday.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, that is gorgeous. I love that.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's my interpretation. So Rainbow Tribe in like what is it actually? Because
I
that's
mean,
where I'm
listen,
supposed
there's
to look.
this is
So
well, Soul Circle or Rainbow Tribe. It's kind of the same idea. It's the idea of
mhm.
like your soul fam is your people that you like came into this world to hang out with. Like these are the people that you incarnate to come and chill with. It's the people that you meet them in your life, and it's like I know you. I've always known. It's like when you meet someone and you just
Mhm.
pick up like your old friends, and
Yeah.
it's and it just clicks. That's your soul fam. That's when you're like, you're my people. We talk
Yeah.
about the same stuff and we
Yeah.
know the same things, and that's my people.
So is that telling me that my friend with benefit is in that soul circle, or I have to go through them to find the FWB? Is that is that what it's telling me? Because like
It
I'm
said it
thinking
said
about my
it
soul
said
circle and
if
no.
you no no. I mean, listen, there's always that common tagline too in anything with like tarot readings, zodiac, whatever. Take
Mhm.
what resonates, leave what doesn't. So
Okay.
the things, and this is the thing that so like really for me with all of this stuff, and I think for
Yeah.
probably a lot of people
Yeah.
anymore that are interested in it, or people who have really spent a lot of time with anything like tarot, witchcraft, all that stuff, it's
Uh-huh.
really more these things are just sort of more fun creative tools for you
Yeah.
to sort of get to know yourself
Yeah.
and say, do I think that's true about me or do I not think that's true about me?
Mhm.
Do I think that that sounds like something that has been on my mind or do I not?
Yeah.
It really is just a more fun tool of like, how do I learn more about myself and
Mhm.
my authentic self and how I really feel about things?
Yeah.
Because you do, when somebody tells
Mm.
you you're like this because you're a Pisces, if
Mhm.
there's something in you that is like, that you feel that like twinge that goes, I don't think so. They probably right. Like that's
Yeah.
probably not true about you as a Pisces if you're like,
Yeah.
no, that's not me. So,
Mhm.
take what
Yeah.
resonates, leave what doesn't.
You know what's funny is like there are times when I'm like looking at this kind of stuff and I'm like, okay, yeah, I really need to be like serious and think more introspectively about it. The problem is I grew up in like a career that like on the bedrock on top of music and artsy acting was comedic improv. And so that's where my ADHD brain comes because I'm so quick to like come up with the self-deprecating joke about myself
Yes.
that I'm like,
Hi, hello.
oh,
Me too.
like yeah, water or friends with benefits, soul circle, all my friends are guys, it's like
So like this not gonna
yeah,
work. Like, y'all, this
yeah.
isn't
So like I understand like the that you're supposed to it's supposed to be fluid and a little bit more flexible than I'm making out to be. I see a joke and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I
No,
got
but like that's a great part of it too, though. Like
mhm,
play and have fun with it. Make the silly jokes about it. Like the irreverent
yeah,
spiritual humor that I see on
mhm,
Instagram or YouTube and stuff. Like I love that stuff
mhm,
because it is, guys, it's a game. We're
mhm,
here to have fun. We're here to play in this human
mhm,
experience. Don't take it
yeah,
so seriously. But
mhm,
that's why like for me, it's a lot more the kind of puzzle put together stuff
mm,
of it.
mhm,
You
yeah,
know, I like that sort of like piecing together all these traits of your personality from your my Sagittarius zodiac and year of the tiger, and
mhm,
like for me it's like piecing together all these different elements of my personality.
mhm, yeah. Because if I were to take it word for word, especially if I was like a Sagittarius like you and they're talking about having that one connection with that one person today, like I still have the only other person I've spoken to today other than you is the Grubhub delivery driver, and I can call him back, but
Going back to the game,
but I don't think
you're
he's gonna
supposed to,
I don't think
what
he's gonna reciprocate.
I was gonna say, yeah, that might be a little bit like, y'all, I'm not gonna, don't start calling your delivery drivers back and be like, my horoscope said today that I'm supposed to meet somebody. Like,
So get your
or
ass back
so
here.
you better turn your ass around.
I can
Like,
track your car. I see you still.
that would be a great skit. Oh my
I
god.
really would.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now this is the kind of thing like that would be a great short animation, like funny little skit to put on YouTube.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
why I like talking about this kind of silly stuff because you come up
Mhm.
with these silly little
Skits are
ideas.
fun. I was writing a
Yeah.
skit yesterday. My mom was having trouble setting up a smart TV, and so I just, for whatever reason, this is the ADHD in my brain again. I was like, "What if we did like some like SNL like little sketch?" And I just wrote there's a smart TV, and then like Apple came out with like a smart ass TV where
Oh,
like
I love
they
that.
infused, and then like it's like whatever TV, look this up, and they're like,
No, no, no.
why?
Why? Here's what we gotta do.
You don't
We
need
gotta
that.
do
What?
like the different kinds of like they're all the different smart TVs, but they're different kind
Mhm.
of smart. So you've got like very sort of preppy smart in the sweater. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Street smart TV.
yes. Oh, that would be so rad. Street smart TV who's got all kinds of tats and stuff and like walking around in the city with the preppy TV, being like, no, 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 man, you can't be doing that. Like, why
Yeah,
not? Why can't we? You're right.
yeah, no, it's like it's called a water pipe, not a
It's
bong. It's like
it's called a water pipe. Get
it's
it
like
right.
it's like say it. We're on the books right now. Say
Yeah,
it right.
we're on record. You need to say it correctly. Oh my
Left
god, because you'd
alone.
have to have like the nerdy smart TV that would have like glasses. This would be great because the TV screens could just have faces on them, like you
Mhm.
had like it, and then that could become something that would be like art stuff for like
Mhm.
actual backgrounds of your screens or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of smart TV do you want to have today? Today you get Alvin.
Yeah.
Alvin, what kind? Who's Alvin? Alvin is he a preppy kid? Who's Alvin?
Alvin is the nerdy one that starts every sentence with the word actually.
Alvin act Alvin actually does do
Alvin
that.
actually, and it's like, all right.
Actually.
I was like, well, now I'm getting patronized by my TV, and it's not really want.
Getting patronized by my TV. No, I love that. This
Yeah.
is great. See, and then like,
Mhm.
okay, who would the Street Smarts TV be? What's a name? We need a name for our Street Smarts TV.
Hmm. It's got to be
Because what
some kind of like street handle or something.
I was gonna say, he would probably have just like initials where it's like nobody knows what they stands for,
Yeah, like
right?
CW. We might get
Like,
sued.
well, there you go. No, street cred is gonna be like, oh, I don't know. Get in the
Or
comments,
like
people. Tell us the
you
names. Help
go
us
on
come
like,
up.
yeah, like some smart TV, you try to like buy something on like Amazon Prime from it, and you voice it in like, oh, like look this up on Amazon. They'll be like, what you want? What you want for it?
What you want it for?
It's like turns like
Why? Why I gotta look it up?
turns like every like online shopping into like some like black market bartering kind of deal.
No,
It's like,
no, that
here you go.
would be so fun.
It's like, take it, walk away, walk away.
All right, Sandal, get out of here, get out of here.
That's so funny.
I think this is great. This would be a
Hmm.
great little animated series. We have to
Skits are
start
fun.
working.
They really
No,
are.
it's like that's. I love old SNL stuff. Like I really
Hmm.
do. Some of my favorite, like, that's what are some of your favorite? Like, what's when I say old SNL, I mean like
Hmm.
the John Belushi, like the not
Yeah.
ready for primetime players,
Yep.
right?
The Chris Farley kind of stuff. Like
What are
early,
some of
like,
your What are some of your favorites?
well, honestly, so like I don't know a lot before Will Ferrell, like when
Oh,
he
okay.
started on there. Like
That's interesting because I don't know a lot after Will Ferrell.
that's why I should, but like I started with Will Ferrell and with like the cowbell, like
Need more
Need More
cowbell.
Cowbell, Celebrity Jeopardy with like Sean
Oh,
Connery
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
I mean, like I like
Mm.
the older style comedy, like Tommy Boy with like fat guy in a little coat
Oh,
and
yeah.
kind of stuff.
The
Um,
very kind of almost slapstick. Yeah, that
mhm,
stage
yeah,
improv. Yeah.
yeah. Now I fell off with SNL. I didn't grow up watching SNL. I only really got attuned to it when they started doing like political stuff in like 2015,
Yeah.
2016 with like Hillary, Trump, all that stuff. Um, but like I grew up with like Mad TV with like the Amanda
Oh,
Show,
yeah.
like that early sketch comedy. Then Key and Peele came around,
Oh, yeah. Key
and
and Peele is so
yeah,
good.
uh-huh.
Key and
Yeah.
Peele are
Mad TV, I remember I would download the episodes onto my iPod Classic on the way to ski club every Tuesday in like middle school, and that would just have me dying laughing.
oh, I love that.
Yeah. There was
Oh,
some
that's
good
so
stuff, but
fun.
sketch comedy, it's a hard medium these days. Now, go ahead.
There's so much I think people have this sort of like expectation anymore a little bit
Mhm.
maybe because of like SNL and some of the political stuff that you sort of have to do contemporary that
Mhm.
you kind of have to be contemporary or be dealing with contemporary ideas
Yeah.
or concepts or events and it's like I
Mhm.
don't think we have to do that anymore. Like we're all fed up with the news anyway. Like let's just
Yeah.
get fun with it again. Like
Mhm.
let's just do silly fun things again.
Yeah, absolutely, and, like but just the idea of, like, live performing, like, live sketch comedy, like, it's kind of like one of the last of its kind now.
Well, and that was
Yeah.
such a like, that's some of the fun, though,
Mhm.
of that live performance stuff is when,
Mhm.
like, when people start cracking up, when people start
Yeah.
to lose it,
Mhm.
right? When
It's
you're up there
that's the
and it
best.
falls
Yep.
apart.
Mhm.
But everybody loves it, right? It's
Yeah.
when the show starts to fall apart just a little bit and they all, it's some of
Yeah.
my favorites even on SNL when they,
Mhm.
oh, what are the Kate McKinnon ones where there's the
Mhm.
alien ones?
That the Close Encounters, some of my favorite
That is
sketches of all
so
time. Yeah.
oh my god, I love her so much
She's
as
so funny.
and the ones
Yeah.
with, who is it? It's in there from The Notebook.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. My brain kept wanting to
Yeah.
say Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like,
I
"That's not
know.
who that is."
I always confuse them every
Can
time.
I okay, can I tell you a thing that my brain does? Like,
Mhm.
as we're on some celebrity, like, here we go, ADH beer brains, here we go.
Yeah.
So, my brain
Mhm.
Channing Tatum.
Yep.
My brain does not know what Channing Tatum looks like.
Okay.
Every time I hear
Neither
of,
does
like,
his.
"Oh,
Sorry.
well, that's nice. Good." No, my brain when I hear when I hear Channing Tatum, my brain brings up John Cena and I'm like, "No, no, that's John Cena." Like,
I could
not
kinda see it maybe.
well, but
Yeah.
that's just what my brain pulls up, and then I'm like, "No,
Mhm.
no, Rolodex, like, that's not who that is."
Yeah.
So anytime I hear Channing Tatum, my brain goes, "Not John Cena."
But John
That's
Cena's
all I
still
got.
but John
Like,
Cena's
John
still John
Cena.
Cena.
Yeah, not it. Channing Tatum is not John Cena.
That's good.
Because that's all I have. Because it's
It's
always like this particular like role he played in the show Psych that I really
Oh, I
like
got
that
you.
and that's just always what comes up.
So, like, rule of thumb, like, if we ever ask you who's Channing Tatum, your first response is gonna be, "Not
Not
John
John
Cena."
Cena.
It's like, "Alright.
That's
Cool."
who. Because that's all that comes up in my brain is John Cena in that episode of Psych where he played Jules's brother and he was in the
Yep.
military. Like,
Yep.
not John Cena. Don't
That's so
know.
funny. Now, let me ask you, so have you seen on YouTube those there's like a huge wave of couples on YouTube doing these kind of like quirky bits with each other, but like, "Hey, we're a fun-loving couple, like, here, I'm gonna do this to my wife," and it's just like, you have the
Oh,
phone over here. Like
is this like
coup
the prank stuff?
kind of, yeah. Like, do you how genuine do you think those are?
I, you know,
Because the phone is, like, right here, and I'm
That's the
watching
kind of
them
thing
every
that I do like, when things to me, it's like you can kinda tell when it's set
Mhm.
up and sort of produced or
Yeah.
whatever, and when
Yeah.
it's, like, natural and organic. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, like
Like
embarrassing my wife in a store. I'm like, but she's not looking at the phone that's shoved right in her face or the camera. Like
yeah.
she would clearly see that you're recording, but
Eh,
and
well,
like
and also, is that something you do all the time? Like, of course, they would be
yeah,
noted.
yeah, definitely.
I love it. Like, I do love it when couples do like entrepreneurify together and have their accounts that do fun stuff. Like, I
that's
love
cool.
that.
Yeah,
But I do get you what you're saying. Like, I
like that
think this
kind of
is kind
sketch.
of like
Yeah.
for any of it that
Mm.
like I think people can tell when you're like trying to be something that it isn't, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
But it's like the
Like when
new.
you're
Mhm.
saying it's organic and it's not.
No, it's a new form. This is where my brain went. It's like the new form of sketch comedy that's blurring the lines between, you know, pre-written sketch comedy, a
Yeah.
skit and reality. And then I'll look at all the comments and like, oh my god, like you guys are so funny. Like I can't believe she, reacted like that. I was like, well, they rehearsed it, so.
They rehearsed it. Yeah, like that's kind of how it was supposed to be.
Uh
And
huh. Yeah.
I get that, like I like all of it. Do all the stuff, put all the things out there. If
Yeah.
you're funny, good. Like I love
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I guess that is something where I kind of think like you can tell when it's like sort of overdone and
Mhm.
not necessarily the actual energy of it.
Yep.
But even if it is rehearsed,
Yeah.
again, you can kind of tell by the energy of it whether they're like really it's in and it's not any different than like if you have a troupe of actors that are like working together really well
Mhm.
or you have some of whom who are like, okay, no, they're really trying too hard. Things aren't clicking there. Like
Mhm.
that was a little forced. That's I think
Yeah.
what it is. Like that's for
Mhm.
me what it is. Is it forced or is
Mhm.
it does it flow? Like, even if you've rehearsed it, does it flow as if it's natural? Like, the
Yeah.
energy of it to me is what gets my attention more.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Oh, that's where my brain went. I think that's a dead end. So we can go back. We were
No,
gonna
you
go
know
back
what?
to
Okay, 'cause no, listen, here's what my brain
mm,
thought of that I really like a lot because okay, this is probably why it's a good thing that I don't have kids. I love videos of kids, like, cursing.
it's funny. It's
It's
objectively funny. Have you I was just showing my girlfriend this part of you ever see the movie Fist Fight with
fun.
Charlie Kelly or not Charlie Kelly, God, Charlie Day and Ice Cube?
No, but, let me
So it's just they're both teachers in a school, and then it's so dumb. Literally, it just leads up to them having a fist fight in the parking lot outside of school,
okay.
outside of in school. Um, but Charlie Day,
Oh! Yes!
mm,
Okay, okay, hold
so
on.
there's a
Let me
scene
pull
near
this
the
up.
end. Yeah, Charlie Day has this introverted, bullied high school or like middle school, elementary school daughter
I know
talent show.
exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking
you
about.
know, and the talent show. Yeah, she starts off with seasons of love from Rent, and then he's like, "Come on, give it all you got," and she goes, "Yeah." Like just a swear fest. And the only reason it's funny is because you wouldn't expect this
From a little
innocent
like
little girl to be doing that. Yeah.
because she starts singing, I know the
Mhm.
song, like, I know the song,
Yeah.
like, guess what? How do you feel about I don't wanna say stuff on your channel that was gonna
Uh,
be
pff,
problem
oh, I swear all the
okay,
time.
good. Like, she
Yeah.
sings that, like, "I don't fuck with you" song, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, "I love that," and he does, he totally starts doing the dance with
Uh-huh.
her, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I love that end scene.
And also just like it wouldn't be nearly as funny if they didn't get all those shots of the audience too. And like cuz the audience is
Oh,
the
yeah,
face of the real audience, like Trisha's face and like the parents and just like
freaking out, like yeah,
yeah.
just mortified. Okay, the thing that I just thought of, though,
Uh-huh.
do you remember, the first Addams Family movie?
Yep.
Adams where, Wednesday and Pugsley do Sweeney Todd on
Oh yeah.
stage,
Uh-huh.
and, like, they have all the blood spraying the whole audience and,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
right? And then
Uh-huh.
Morticia and, Gomez are, "Bravo!
Yeah.
Bravo!" They love it, and the whole audience is just drenched in blood, like,
Yep.
oh my god, just mortified.
Did you see
"What's up, Ray Ray? How you
did you
doing?"
see Wednesday?
I haven't yet.
Mhm.
I I have a little can I rant? I have a
We
little
might
bit
be
of
on
a
the same
problem
page here.
with I love my old stuff from my childhood,
Mhm.
and I'm a little bit protective of it, kinda,
Mhm.
sorta. And
Yeah.
when you start rebooting my stuff hard, part of me doesn't want to engage with that.
So I'm totally fine going on a rant fest because when it comes to
Okay, good.
childhood nostalgia, yeah, because there's no original IP anymore. The only
No, I
person
know.
putting out original movies is like Christopher Nolan. But everybody else is doing like reboots, like even like the Mufasa movie that's coming out from
Oh, I
Disney.
didn't even know there was a Mufasa. This is
It's a
are we
Muf
live action?
it's live action. So like
Okay.
at some point it doesn't matter which lion it's about. They all look the same
Yeah, yeah.
when
Well,
they're
and
live action.
the thing
This
too is like, okay, we go that they've been doing that too. If was it
Mhm,
live action in the beginning? Let's animate it. Was it animated? Let's live action it.
mhm.
No, can you just write some new characters,
I was
please?
like, yeah,
Can
it's like it was
you
like this is for the same story that we've seen and enjoyed, right? Yeah, okay.
yeah,
So I
like
know what to
good.
expect. The only difference is, and this is why like I had a problem with this in The Little Mermaid, is that when you
Oh, I didn't watch The Little Mermaid yet, but
I endured it. And so like
I
like
endured it. That does not sell it to me
no,
that I want to go.
no.
Okay.
It answers the question, hey, what if Flounder wasn't fun to look at? Like but when you have
I
all
didn't
these
even think of that.
he looks horrifying. But when you have all these
Oh,
animals
good.
that like
I
Lion
need
King,
to. Flounder in the live action Little Mermaid is horrifying. I have to.
like
Okay.
when you take all these like animals that were so iconic because of all the expression that they could make when they were animated, and then you make
Yeah.
them live action with these stoic, non-expressive animals that they are, it's yeah, he looks awful. He
He
looks
looks awful.
he's like contemplating his own demise.
And it does. Yeah. That's
So like So like characters like that, like Flounder, who was so expressive, when you turn him into an actual fish, he's got no emotion, no expression. So I feel no emotions towards this emotionless fish now. And
This
I don't know.
emotionless fish.
It's just
That's
um
man, that's a t-shirt for people who are getting away from
yeah.
narcissists. Like,
Yeah.
I feel no emotion for this. I feel nothing for this emotionless fish anymore.
Yeah. But Wednesday,
No,
if you do
I
watch Wednesday,
go
go
for
ahead.
it. Yeah.
I was gonna say if you do watch Wednesday, let me know. I have an issue with turning it into a show only because um she ends up doing some investigative work throughout it and like solving murders and stuff like that. I'm like, well,
Oh,
wait a
it
second.
becomes kind of the BBC shows where like the person who has nothing to do with the police is solving all the crimes.
Well, like I guess I'm kind of okay with that, but like the whole crux of her foundational core as a character was that she likes murders, she wants more chaos, and she doesn't want to like help the people to like make that stop. You know, she like likes being the
Oh,
cause of it. And so I'm like, okay, so how do you take this character on this character arc of becoming this better person and still have Wednesday Adams at the end?
you don't.
Yeah.
Wednesday
That
Adams is chaos personified. She like hello,
yeah.
that's my favorite on the second movie when she goes to camp and like legit lights everything on fire.
Yeah, and here she's
Like
like
that's what she
yeah,
does.
yeah, and here she's getting a boyfriend, she's saving the day and becoming more, like, normal, and I'm like, "That's not the arc I really want from this character."
No, like
Yeah,
lovely, lovely journey story for us in the human world for us to experience as people. Like, yeah,
yeah,
go evolve and be better. But my
yeah,
entertainment, I like her being spookified and crazy. That's
yeah,
what I like. That's
mhm,
what I like about her.
yeah, yeah. Here, it's
That's
just that, like, it turns into, like, her craziness turns her into this kind of, like, you know, Edgar Allan Poe knockoff. I can fight really well. I'll say the occasional morbid thing like, I like death, but then at the same time try to figure out who's killing people and stop them. So I'm
you
like, yeah,
can't
like,
this
like
because okay, here's my whole thing is like, how can you think of Wednesday Adams and not say out loud, I'm a homicidal maniac. We look just like everyone else.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's legit
exactly.
her whole shtick, y'all. Like,
Hmm. Yep. It's like
if
she
you
she
here's what I
wants
want. Guess what?
yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
Okay.
fix this. We're gonna
Okay.
fix this.
Okay.
We are gonna write the skits that become little animated series where Wednesday Adams totally grows up to be a serial killer because that's what she would do. And she'd be
Yeah.
super good at it.
Hmm.
And we can, just for the warm fuzzies of people, she can go after like those who have done wrong. She could be a vigilante. Wednesday Adams should grow up to be a vigilante serial killer.
Yeah. That could be
Like
cool.
that makes more sense to me than solving crimes.
Hmm. Now does
Like
she
do the
she yeah.
research to solve the crime so you can find the person and be the vigilante
Mhm.
in
Now
your
is
own sort of chaotic way.
yeah. Is her MO to, like, create chaos?
Her MO is to repay people in the same way that they had done wrong. So she's the eye for
Okay.
an eye, sort of like.
Okay. I
Do you see
got
what
you.
I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
you gotta
so
think her origin story. She was wronged, right? Her family was like wronged.
mhm.
They were trying to steal their stuff, right?
Yeah.
So maybe there's a little bit of that where she like kind of goes after.
Okay.
You know
Alright.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like
Mhm.
there's a little bit of the origin story of where it could come from. And
Yeah.
she does the investigative work, sure, but she does it so she can take him out herself and
Yeah.
repay and here's fun because you could do the psychological. Here's fun. You could do
Mhm.
real psychological thriller stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where she goes after specifically like white collar crime people, not like violent criminal people, but like, do you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
people who like do like the bad money stuff. And
Mhm.
she like just totally psychological warfare on you just makes you insane until you end up in an asylum. And that's how she does her stuff. She just
Yeah.
legit makes you insane.
Yeah. Committing tax fraud, Wednesday Adams. Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of like those ones who are like doing the big stuff and like taking everybody's houses away and doing all the really big bads. She
Mhm.
goes and like legitimately drives you insane. And you end up somewhere because she legitimately drove you insane because
That
she's
could be
Wednesday
cool.
Adams and she's creepy enough to do it.
Yeah. That could be cool. I can get on board with that.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm already excited about it. Let's start writing it. Now, how
Yeah.
do we here's the really fun.
Mhm.
How do we take that
Mhm.
and add irreverent funny to it?
Uh,
How do we make some real bad? How does Wednesday Addams also have like a rad badass sense of humor and make really
I
terrible jokes?
I think it naturally has like the groundwork to be funny if the people that she's like going after, like the audience can like holistically agree like deserve some justice. And
Yeah,
like you
that's the
do
whole
that,
point.
so like then you can crack like some jokes about him, and I don't know, like I don't know, this guy's bragging about how his entire like wine collection is from like 100 years old, passed down from his grandparents, and she's just like shotguns like a few of the bottles that she's like going through, yeah, or some like and like before she like
Oh, I
turns
love
him in
that.
or whatever. Um, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. All right,
No,
follow up.
that's it. Like,
Yeah,
okay, but like, even just that scene, I want to be that Wednesday Addams who's like, oh, wow, you've had this for how long? Well, that's
yeah,
amazing. Wow, that vintage Lesbian, awesome stain on the wall. That's so fantastic. Too bad
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
had to drink it.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Like,
"That wasn't good. I didn't like that."
oh, right, because the back splatter on your face of like exploding it, and you're like, no, don't like that one. Try another one.
Yeah.
Like, let it roll. That is the Wednesday Addams I want to play, y'all. Somebody
Yeah.
out there get me that role. Like, I want to be that crazy Wednesday Addams
Mm,
who's running around doing that. Oh,
yeah.
these are your old family photos? Like, oopsie, kerosene.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not mean what? Did I do that? I'm so sorry, y'all.
That's so funny. That
Oh,
makes me that makes me think of, like, the slapstick comedy of, like, movies like Airplane,
yeah,
where,
absolutely.
specifically, when the main character admits that he has a drinking problem,
I don't
and
know. Now
"Oh,
I have to
really?"
go watch
Oh,
Airplane.
he
I
was like,
haven't
"That's when
watched
I started my drinking problem," and he holds a glass of water, and he just, like, splashes it on his face, and, like he just, like, holds his mouth open, but he's like
Oh. Can't figure it out anymore.
yeah. It's like,
No, I love
yeah.
that kind of stuff though. Like,
Mm,
see, these are the skits
mm,
that this is the kind of content that people actually need, not the
mhm,
reboots forever and forever. These
yeah,
new fun ideas that we have
mhm,
rolling. Y'all,
hey, that would
crazy
be cool.
psychotic Wednesday Adams, who has
Mhm,
like and funny stuff. Do you know
yep.
what I wanted to do?
What?
I wanted to create like this is one of my little ideas I want to create in my mind. It's
Mhm,
Lydia and Ducky.
okay.
Lydia is basically you would imagine like Lydia from Beetlejuice, but in like say 7-year-old child form.
Mhm.
In a like, do you know who Edward Gorey is? Do you know Edward Gorey?
I don't think
I'll
so.
pull this up. Like this is the kind of art style my brain imagines in. Let me go. Edward Gorey. Oops. Nashley Crumb Tinies. Where? Oh, here we are. There we go. Very kind of spooktastic.
Oh,
Very
cool.
sort of like, but but with some color. But like very kind of, I don't know, what would you call maybe primitive art is kind of the style, I guess you would say.
Yeah. What is, what's his vibe? What's his deal?
Okay, so this is one of my favorite things. He wrote an alphabet thing. How do I make this bigger?
I
Pop
think
you
that's,
out. He wrote a little story that is going through the alphabet of, oh, here we go. A is for Amy, who fell down the stairs. They're all children who died horrible deaths.
oh my god.
Is anyone surprised that this is one of my favorite things? I don't want bad things for children. Don't think that. That's not what it is. It's just the like, okay, somebody really went morbid and funny with it, and I
Yeah,
applaud this.
yeah.
Like,
See,
B is for Basil, assaulted by bears.
I kinda figured that that's where it was leaning towards because he has a skull for a face, right?
Yep. He's
Yeah,
kind of
so,
got
like
like the death
s
thing.
yeah, so he reminds me of, like, a Grim Reaper, was surrounded by the kids, reminded me of, like, some, like, deathly River Styx figure for these
Yeah.
kids, and so I figured it was kind of something macabre, which is
C is
fine.
for Clara, who wasted away. D is for Desmond, thrown out of a sleigh. Like it is. It's just like that's what it is. I wouldn't be quite this morbid, but like this kind of style of art, right? Very kind
Mhm,
of primitive, kind of a look to
mhm.
it. F is for Fanny, sucked dry by a leech.
Oh my god.
Like, we could do all of them, y'all. Go look it up if you want to. They're pretty great. They're pretty fun. I love it. But it
Yeah,
would be kind of
definitely.
that style. Lydia, like if you imagine like a child version of Lydia from Beetlejuice, and Ducky, who is
Mhm.
actually an anthropomorphized duck.
Oh,
Think
that
like
works.
like, why am I thinking of the DuckTales,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like little but like primitive that style, right?
Mhm.
And they're friends that like bebop around and have adventures and hang out. Lydia is very sort of like gothic and over dramatic about stuff and always kind of fainting and being very purposefully like depressed and dramatic. And
Yeah.
Ducky is very happy and very like dippity bop and like so like Lydia would do it like faint and be upset and Ducky would like fall down and be, what are we doing this for? Like what's this about? Like he'd just always be super excited and interested in all of
Yeah.
it. And so like she would kind of always be annoyed with him, but like but obviously like love having him around kind
Mhm.
of thing.
I
So
get
that's
that.
like one of my little ideas, that kind of like dynamic. I don't
There are
know what
so
they would
many.
do. Silly little adventures. I don't know. She'd probably drag him to a cemetery and he'd be like,
Mm.
oh, this is weird. Okay, what are we doing?
There was, not to like kind of go a little off, but like in college, I saw this series, this
Always
animated
be
series
like
called.
hard left turns all day, every
Okay.
day. I'm
All
fine
right.
with.
This kind of reminds me, there was a series that I saw in college. It's still up on YouTube. And no, actually, they brought it back and they turned it into like a Netflix series. It was an animated like short episode series, miniseries, called Bee and Puppy Cat. Have you ever heard of that?
Okay, no, about
No,
let's
it's just a girl in this creature that is like a combination of like a dog and a cat. She can't figure out what it is. The cat makes like, the puppy cat thing like makes like little sounds, but they go off into the universe and do like temp work, like
oh,
into like
what?
different like universes, and it's actually pretty funny, like for like
Where is oh,
adults.
I got
Like I don't know, it's that's all
here
that
we go.
this reminded me of. Yeah, being puppy cat. It's just
They do temp work throughout
yeah.
the cosmos.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you need to make
It's
9 to 5 entertaining, that's the way to do it. Just do temp
no.
jobs throughout the cosmos. Like, what kind of work are they I love this puppy cat. That's so
It's
fun.
actually, it's got, obviously it looks very like nice and cutesy, but it's really adult like.
Like
Um,
adult I love that though. I love also the idea of doing a very sort of like cutesy kind of thing with adult themes. Like
mm,
with very like, wow, that's
mm.
kind of like Happy Tree Friends. Do you remember Happy Tree Friends?
Yeah.
Not so happily, but we
No,
all
it's
remember Happy Tree
I just
Friends.
remember, yeah, like growing up and the first few maybe like 20 seconds, they get you if you don't know what you're watching. And
No, they
then
do.
oh,
Yeah, there's a
oh yeah.
pencil in the eye.
Mhm. Yep. That was
Like,
amazing.
Happy Tree Friends, there it is. Like,
Mhm.
I can remember, I don't yeah, like, this guy's always getting offed in the worst kind of ways.
Mhm.
Uh, there hold on, I gotta look. Water slide. This is what I think of. Yep, where he runs down. Oh, look it,
Oh yeah.
you're not even allowed to see most of it.
It's so
Well,
bad. I remember
it
there was some like Final Destination one where they were on a roller coaster and they were just getting picked off one by one. And if
oh, I
anybody out
think
there
that
doesn't know Happy Tree Friends, like look it up at your own discretion.
at your own discretion, at your
Yeah.
own leisure, be expected to see tiny, adorable little cartoons. Just eat it in the worst kind of ways.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
know what?
Yep.
Some people, listen, how is that different than doom scrolling? Really?
Mhm. Yep.
It's not. My sister's latest doom scroll, I have to remember now. She just like she goes down weird rabbit holes of whatever new awful thing. I don't even know what. And
Yeah.
this last one that she had, I thought was quite good. Now I have to go find it. What's the latest thing that she's doom scroll learning about? I'll have SeaWorld accidents. SeaWorld accidents are her new favorite doom scrolling. Before that, we had cruise ship capsizing,
Oh my
air,
god.
airplane crashes,
Mhm.
and sinkholes that take down buildings. So
I
that,
was listening to I was listening to Bill Burr's podcast. He's one of my favorite comedians of all time.
Mhm.
Because he's got that crude humor. And he was talking about
I love Bill
zoos,
Burr's humor.
zoos and SeaWorld. He's like, it's like, how does the show at SeaWorld? He's like, how do you capture an entire killer whale? He's like, every show should end with the trainer just getting absolutely mauled, and then they replace it with another one. They're like, "Oh, look, he's waving at me." It's like, "No, he's not. He
Yeah.
doesn't understand the concept of waving. He's just doing the thing that gets him food so you don't
Yeah.
kick the shit out of him."
That really is what it is. That
Mhm.
no, this is again great animated series where it's like SeaWorld's Revenge. Like, oh, this is actually really fun. SeaWorld that is run by killer whales, where
Yeah.
they get to eat the audience after the show.
Yeah.
Like that's a very sort of, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's
so like they start with the
the
show.
the bleachers just start, like, lowering into the water.
You
It's
or like yeah, that like there's like there's a they have everything is kind of enclosed and they just start like the bleachers kind of go down and the shell and like water starts filling all of the like the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Wow, that's I mean
All of a sudden, that, like, waving orca just, like, slowly starts turning to you.
real like right. I don't know what we've got Omni in here. Z is for zombied, zany, zealot, zesty with xylophone notes. That's a lot of Z sounds there, buddy, for my
And it
brain.
somehow makes sense.
It somehow does. I loves it.
Z
It's so good.
Xylozyme xylo
But I do think that would be funny. All the killer whales coming in and just
Mhm.
snatching up the crowd.
That's
Like,
Wednesday
"Get
Addams Justice right there.
right? There it
Yeah.
is, out in the
Riding an
cosmos,
orca. Yeah.
riding an orca like a Valkyrie into battle, just like,
Yeah.
"Hey, y'all, sorry, but we're doing opposite land today, and this is what
Yep.
happens.
Mhm.
Some days you eat the bear, and some days the bear, it eats you." Like,
Yep.
that's how it goes.
Yep.
Oh,
Man,
that's so
it's
fun.
that'd be fun. That is some killer doom scrolling, though, I will say. I mean, my god. I mean, you can go
Nobody
on
do
forever, like, for
Nobody
the with
doom
that stuff.
scrolls quite as well as my sister does. I tell you, the things that she finds to be upset about. Lead-based paint is a thing to be upset about.
I
She's
get
gone,
that.
yeah, she's gone down the asbestos doom scrolling.
Mhm.
Just,
I,
it's not good for your brains though, people, because
mm,
you start just being upset all day about all the things.
yeah. I watched the movie Dark Waters with Mark Ruffalo, and it was based on the true story about the lawyer who found out about the viscous Teflon in our the chemicals in the Teflon pans
Yeah,
in the early
yeah.
'80s and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and how they were just causing vast amounts of cancer. And
Mhm.
now I can't go anywhere without looking at like Target or Walmart or anywhere. I can't look at any of like the pan sets without looking for that PFOA
Like,
like
make sure
little
you don't
sign
have none of
or
that stuff in
no,
it.
and I just noticed how all of them just all smeared over the front, even like over like the pictures and everything say like Teflon free or something like that,
And
or
that's
like
kind of
chemical free.
interesting though, isn't it? Like, I mean, that's something I was traveling and get those mini travel things, and I was
Yep.
like just grabbing travel size like deodorants and stuff, and noticing
Mhm.
how they do the like all the deodorants have that aluminum free or whatever thing on it now
Yeah.
too, where
Mhm.
like that's a thing.
It's like, "Oh, good."
Like I'm glad that you have to label it because we want those things, but also could we just make stuff that doesn't need a label to tell me that it's not poison?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could we do like it's just a suggestion.
Yeah. Like
We don't have to. I'm fine. Like, listen, ladies used to take arsenic to like improve their complexion. I get it. It's cool.
mhm.
But like, could we maybe not give us cancer for
Yeah.
just using
That would
products every day?
That would be nice. I bought like some detergent the other day and it said like new and improved on it. And I was like, if this is new and improved, what was the swill that you were selling us before?
Like, what was wrong with that other stuff I was
Yeah.
using? I didn't know that was a problem. Do I
Yeah.
need to go get to myself checked because I've been using that stuff for years? Excuse me. Did you
Yeah.
just remove something I should know about?
Yeah. Radon approved.
Radon.
Radon approved detergent.
I like the radium girls who start to glow or whatever. Like suddenly you just start to glow because you've been taking too much poison stuff. Do you know what I'm even talking about?
Yeah.
This is another rabbit. The radium girls,
Yep.
more rabbit holes to go down. That's going to be
Uh-huh.
a whole presentation at the conference for ADHD girl ADHD stuff.
Mhm.
Like there's going to be a whole radium girls presentation thing.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Yeah. This is exactly why when I start doing like a couple of my podcasts coming out, ow, I do that so much. If you ever watch any of my videos, like guarantee in almost every video, there's like a little like something like
They smack
thick or
stuff.
just I have accidentally bitten this pop filter so many times.
No,
I
this
have a
is why I sit far back away from my stuff because I
yeah.
move around too much and I will smack things and knock stuff
See,
over.
good for you because if I start to stand back here, you can noticeably hear the difference, I'm sure, right?
I mean, I can hear a little bit that you're
Yeah,
in a
because
room,
like,
but
and
like
then like here, I mean, this mic is for like music recording, and I just kind of like use it for podcasting. But I should get
I
something like
have to
yours too.
lower my voice if I get this close to the mic because my
Hmm.
voice naturally likes to blow out the mic. Because
I like to that's another reason I sit back here
Yeah,
because I know I like to get loud as a Sagittarius.
you should do some
That's
audiobooks. That sounded nice.
Thank you. I had somebody else just tell me, like, just
Yeah.
this morning in a meeting, they're like, "Do you do voiceover work?" Not
Mm.
yet, but I would love to. Like, I don't know who does
Yeah.
what. Like, bring it in. I'll do it. Like,
Have you ever
that's some
like
stuff I want to do.
that sounds like a voice I could do like that kind of like guided meditation
Oh,
or
that
like,
is something, yeah, that
spiritual.
I've thought of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I've thought of doing too. Some of the like, there's some meditations actually that I've written. So, like, I did a
There
set
you
of
go.
like,
Some like
I
low
did it
level trance music underneath and yeah.
well, yeah, like that's so I actually did it's macabre meditations. I should just like read it. It's like because spooky people need to calm down too. Like we're
Yeah.
not all love and light and unicorns. Sometimes you want to imagine yourself in a spooky forest to be able to relax, and I can
Mhm.
help you with that. So that's kind of the things that I wrote.
Yep.
I should just go ahead and record those and put them out. Maybe I could find some like animation stuff, AI animation, whatever, to put over top of it,
Yeah.
make it pretty
That would be cool.
for Halloween because it's
Mm.
spooky season is upon us. It
Yeah.
started.
Yep. That stuff is everywhere now.
I love it.
Now, are you a pumpkin spice person?
No, because pumpkin spice doesn't actually taste like pumpkin pie, and I'm upset by that every time.
That's what I thought. See, I don't eat pumpkin enough to really know. So I was like, this must be kind of what it's like, but it's
No,
nothing.
it's
Nothing.
wrong. It's
Okay.
just this like they put the spices in coffee, and I'm like, this doesn't taste like pumpkin pie.
S-
There's
So
not
is
the
it,
sort of there's a richness to the
yeah.
kind of sweetness that is pumpkin pie because of the
Uh-huh.
pumpkin being like such a
Okay.
like, I love that about squash, anything
Yeah.
that, like, it's a rich, smooshy vegetable,
Yeah. Now,
and it
did they completely remove the pumpkin and then put an artificial like stuff and cinnamon over it, or did they squander the pumpkin that's in there with cinnamon and sugar, but it's still in there? Like, is there a little semblance of the flavor, or is it just completely off?
it's just the spices that you put in pumpkin pie, so it's legit just, like, cinnamon
So
and
like,
nutmeg and
okay,
allspice a little bit, and it's
okay,
just, like that's where it's at, I think, is that, like, A, they don't have a cinnamon nutmeg ratio to the allspice that is
mm,
correct, like, it's
yeah,
too earthy.
yep,
That's
okay,
what it is. Pumpkin pie and, like, to me is, like, has a rich, sweet taste, like,
mm-hmm,
because pumpkin in and of like, I love savory pumpkin. I'm a savory flavor girl in general, but, like, savory pumpkin stuff. I think
okay,
that's why as a sweet pumpkin pie works for me because I can
mm.
still get some of the notes of the savory with, like, the pumpkin,
I didn't know
and
that
that's
it was savory. That's good to know.
no, it's sweet, but, like, because I like savory flavors, I can pick out more of that sort of, like, the squash flavor
Okay,
of the
cool.
and, like, for me, like, I love cinnamon and nutmeg and those spices, but
Mm,
whatever pumpkin spice stuff you get, like, it is just always overdone in the earthiness. There's not enough cinnamon, there's not enough nutmeg,
yeah,
there's not enough sweet, and there's nothing in it that has that sort of pumpkiny squash sort of like
mm.
flavor.
Yeah, they just want all sweet, pretty
Yeah,
much. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
like it's you put a bunch of syrup into my cinnamon.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that, and that's honestly, like, the only coffee that I drink, and I don't drink a lot of coffee. I maybe get, like, a pumpkin spice. I might do that today, or, like, around Christmas time, it's like a gingerbread latte or
Oh yeah,
something like
put
that.
like yeah.
Essentially, it's, like, the same amount of sugar or, like, a white sugar latte, like, and all I do is,
Oh.
just, like, as I drink that for, like, an energy boost, so I can be like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on."
So
Uh,
when you wanna have a nice little sugar high so you can go ahead and, like, zoom around and get stuff done?
yeah, where I take one sip and I'm like, "I am so fucking ready."
I'm good.
For the
I'm ready, SpongeBob. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. And you're just like,
I literally turn
gonna go to the
into
Krusty Kreme.
yeah, I get so annoying on sugar that I turn into, like, SpongeBob delivering the pizza in that episode with Squidward,
Krusty Krab pizza
and the rest of the
is
world
a
is
pizza
Squidward,
for
yeah.
and the rest of the world is Squidward.
Squidward.
SpongeBob. I
Yep,
love Squidward though. Squidward's kind of one of my favorites. So,
yes,
make the
yeah.
rest of the world Squidwards and be the SpongeBob who enjoys the whole of the delivering the pizza, even though it's boring. Have
Squidward
fun with it.
Squidward would doom scroll, for sure.
Oh, Squidward's got to be a doom scroller.
Mhm.
Like Squidward is definitely doom scrolling, like marching band accidents.
Yeah.
Like, just watching a marching band like run into like the parade turned the wrong route and they're like clashing and colliding together. That's
He's
his
like
doom scrolling.
constantly on like Squilliam's like Instagram.
Oh, absolutely he is.
Fancy
And being
son.
it just always being grumbling to himself about I could have had and like I'm just as good a clarinet player and oh my
Yeah.
god, I love
You know what his
Squidward.
doom scrolling would be? Would be constantly being on like Zillow trying to find like a new condo.
Another house to move away from SpongeBob.
But like
Like,
never get it.
no, like, oh, that's a great little like side. Like, okay, this is fun. Like, sort of the adult depressing version
Yeah.
of like SpongeBob, where Squidward is just in his house, like gets another like email from his realtor, like, oh, sorry, that house actually just got it's under contract now, so that one's off the table. Like, we're gonna have to find something else. Oh, and he's just looking for another one, just endlessly having to go look at houses, and like they all keep getting bought up under him.
Wasn't there a real wasn't he about to like or no, he moved into a different neighborhood. But there was another one where I think he had a realtor come to his house and it had to be like in pristine condition, but then like Patrick and SpongeBob like
Destroy
demolish
it
the house or
somehow.
something like that. Yeah, something like that. I don't
Something
know.
like that, or like
Oh.
become like SpongeBob always doing something so annoying next door that like, "What's up, Raymond? How you doing? We're
Hey,
doing good."
came
I
in
love that.
a little bit at the end, but it's all right.
It's all right. We don't mind. We appreciate you
Mhm.
coming in and saying hi.
Yep.
I was gonna say, I know we already an hour. So much fun all
I
the time.
know.
Just
I
talk
know.
about this is what happens, friends, when you just follow your stream of consciousness and go with the flow. You come up with all these brilliant ideas for
Mhm.
awesome skits, brand new things that are not reboots, and all the
Mm.
fun times.
Yeah, we are the unmedicated consciousness of the world.
We are the
So if you're
unmedicated.
just listening to it, we are the devil and angel like simultaneously on your shoulder.
Yes, that is
But both are
1,000.
saying do it.
They're both, yeah, that's yes, and
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Devil and angel just being like, yes, and I
So
love it.
next time we'll probably have Johnny. Johnny's having his birthday
Johnny's
weekend.
having his birthday weekend. Happy birthday, Johnny boy. You were here in spirit. We appreciate you so much. Thank y'all. Homework day. Don't worry, Raymond. We understand. It's totally cool. Omni, thanks for coming in and chilling out too.
Yeah.
So much more appreciation too to you, friend, for joining for another just hangout session on a Sunday. I can't wait for the next time we'll bring Johnny Boy in. We'll talk some more nonsense. And y'all, we got all kinds of silly fun that we're thinking about starting up too. So stay tuned, y'all.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Thanks so much and have a good one, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.